NA West DreamHack Open, and it's game number 5. We've got the top 4 fighting it out all the way to the top spots of this leaderboard of this tournament, and it's getting so feisty.
That it is, and it's close. Basically 4 people right now that I definitely have my eye on for contention in this one, and we'll see how the off spawn drops end up faring for all of these players, because so important as we narrow down the time and as we get to the wee hours of the morning, your focus will be lost after losing 1 game off spawn. So all the time that you spend in here is so important to stay in tune and stay at the top of the game.
And I'll just break it down for you. First place, NRG Epic Whale. Second, Nanolight. Third, 4DR Storm. And at 4th, it's Daddy D-Favs. And every single person has shown us their personality so far. Each and every one has the potential to win the grand finals.
Oh no, Avery, a blunder. For whatever reason, he stays the course on inside the rig to the vault, hoping that there was floor loot, and Homer will chase him down after that first chest. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Unfortunately, the pick of our host Kelly is down and out. Back over to Shio's pick to win this game. It's Epic Whale, and he does not have Jules off spawn.
Oh, he didn't have Jules last game or the game before that, but somehow he is still making almost every top 10 that we've seen so far. I'm wondering how he's living, how he's surviving, and it's Favs versus Epic Whale off spawn.
And Favs took out Jules, and Epic Whale literally yoinks the body like it's a teammate of his, and he needs to get the revive off, but instead he's gifted the glider gun. He's gifted the vault key card. And from here, where do we go? And we haven't even really, it hasn't sunk into us, Shio, that at the Authority, the battle is between literally 1st place and 4th place right now, and D-Faves is putting a show off on in endgame. The gap between them is above basically like 38 points. So some work to be done for D-Faves, and that is not how you start things off, by losing the glider gun after getting it 2 games in a row, especially after being the first one to spot Jules.
This is 2nd place and 3rd place also side by side. Maybe not landing at the same POI, but Nanolight and 4DR Storm have literally been side to side, box to box, every single game.
And we thought that Caddy Corner would have a little bit more players after the first 2 games, how hectic it got as Cool Penguin came in. But this time, no kits loot for 4DR Storm. It must be on that south side. It must be in the hands of Cool Penguin or Macon.
We saw what he could do in the first 2 games, right? When he has no charge loot, he has the 10 minutes of peppers, I would say. 10 minutes where his game is faster than everyone else.
But it's not fast enough. He's not keeping pace when he doesn't have the kit's loot. He really isn't. I mean, maybe the first game he was keeping pace, but after that, it's been, you know, mediocre game after mediocre game. That's why the 90-point game that he just had with the win was necessary for him to catch up. It was super necessary.
Okay, then it's the same story for Favs, because last game, the last 2 actually,
yes,
where he performed, he needed that mythic loot. He needed the glider gun.
Don't forget Favs won the first game. Okay. We forget that, because I guess to me, Favs is kind of a, you know, not somebody I would have expected to have this performance in NA West, but still, he had that first game pop-off, which is why he's in the position that he is. But you're right, glider gun has been a factor. The game before this, though, he fell in 58th, even with that glider gun. So while it might be similar, almost symmetrical, who's missing today, it's almost symmetrical on both sides. Don't forget that they also have influences on each other and how that plays out. The Shockwave Launcher is literally a reason why Epic Whale does not have a win under his belt so far.
I think he's actually thriving without looking for that window, because he's aiming straight up for top 5, top 10.
Agreed.
And he's getting it. He's winning every time, and that's a lot easier. The big thing right now, too, let's just talk about how these guys play their games, right? I mean, Epic Will is very low-key. He doesn't like anyone knowing what he's up to when it goes all the way over to at least 5th or 6th circle. So him having that glider gun, it'll be very hard for Favs to actually track it down. Favs is also just very used to being able to play around positions fast and have mats in endgame. Without the glider gun, he's not going to be able to do that efficiently.
And this is what I was talking about, by the way, in the Authority, how passive it can get. Once you kind of have a structure in play for how this is going to go. How these mythic spots play out in solos in general, it wasn't like this in Season 2. These fights would go to completion. I mean, you remember the Grotto, you remember the Shark, how often that these guys would fight to the death. But now this mythic spots, both Caddy and the Authority, kind of slow it down a little bit. And when somebody else gets the weapon, it's like, okay, I think that's the new style for sure.
And it's kind of a switch up to what these guys are used to. They're playing daily Churro Cups every day where the fight actually prolongs and gets chased down all the way to Risky Reels, all the way to Salty Springs. So they're playing against their natural instincts. They're playing passive. They're playing right though. And this is another person that's switching up the way 4DR has to play. Cool Penguin. He's got Kid's Shockwave Launcher. He's got and stolen Kid's Charge Shotgun.
Don't forget, this is the guy who won game 2 because he had the Shockwave Launcher. Game right after he had it again, but unfortunately didn't end up going his way. Fell somewhere in the end game due to, I believe, Nanolite really starting to turn on. Speaking of Nanolite, he's got to have started to rotate up the right side of the map, that east side of the map, towards Dirty Docks. Back on the dead side rotations again. Definitely a lot more people falling off spawn in this game and through this early game period. We do have a replay here of EXC taking out Newell at the Yacht. That fight has happened multiple times, but it's gone Newell's way in a number of them. And Newell did start to push up. He was in 13th before this game. So that's huge.
Quinn is someone too who's in 14th place, so now can climb over Newell 100%, but how far can he really get with that? I don't think first place is a position he can be in right now. That is a lot of points ahead of him, more than even just 90, almost 100 in total. Epic Whale sitting at 226. But if I've seen one player just break out the most unexpected plays ever, it's always Quinn. And if he gets this win here, that definitely pushes him up for the first place spot.
The pacing is really not there for these guys, though, especially given the fact that Epic Whale's making every endgame, Nanolite's starting to make every endgame too. Like, you know that the only differentiating factor between the two in terms of score is the Oh, okay. Jeez, Quinn. There's one to start things off, yes. And a perfect one, too. It looked like the advantage was on the other side, but Quinn turns that.
You said the pacing's not there, but the pacing's definitely changed because now these guys are playing with the mindset of either A, I need to push everything and everyone. Have a game like Bucky, have a game like Fabs, or B, let's really try to play for this win. Something maybe Quinn wasn't doing before. And judging by that accuracy, I feel like he's definitely looking like a different player this game.
Quinn, we've seen playing edge zone quite a bit. I think it's a little safer, as you can see the player count falling drastically as time, where you expect it to be a little bit less. 40R Storm still on this hill, by the way, in a base, and he's looking for surge tags on the backside of this, I think for good reason. It's still going to be there, but definitely less of an impact as we head to the second zone with 78 players. Quinn's going to dip through to check the vault really quick. Is there anything else? DFA is in the same position as what 40R Storm is doing. A power spot to surge base to get as much damage and stay ahead of the threshold, ahead of time.
I'm just worried if there's just a random hunting rifle player somewhere in the distance. Favs just might be flying way too close to the sun.
Making it 6th place, centered on that first zone. He catches the second, has to move a little bit further north, but he's not going to move for the time being.
He's playing the same game as 40R Storm. Pepper base, trying to push towards the front side, so we might see a battle between 3rd and 6th sometime in the end game. But now people are really distancing themselves from each other, usually base to base, box to box. 78 players left. Each player claiming their own mountain or valley up in this game. Remember, Surge was really important last game too. It actually happened during these moments, and it caused a lot of commotion, a lot of ruckus for players like Macon, like Casual, who are rotating and have enough damage to keep playing these games. But I think in this game it won't be as big. This is really risky.
It's risky, but he needs to get a better position so he can get some shots himself, because otherwise he's going to be left in the dust when the surge comes. So what he's trying to do is get to a spot where he can spot other people rotating in a risky fashion just like him, and potentially also shots on the players who are going to go for those shots on him and others. Frat Pie on the rotation, he should be able to find some beams while moving through though. Picking, I don't think he spotted him. Oh no, oh no! Oh, Frat Pie down to 60 HP off the bat. Thankfully, he has the chug jug, and Pickin will leave, so he's fine.
Okay,
but he's lost time, and Pickin is staying again, or he could straight ahead. Frat Pie will have to rotate into him, though. He has a big potential of staying in zone.
The instinctual play is to go left, straight back to the man that beamed him. But if he swerves right, it's safe. It just is not the best chance to actually. No, this is definitely go left and just try to get some shots back. 15 below. We know Pickin's fine after the shots he just got down onto Frat Pie. But this is a question of how's Macon looking now? Did he get into a spot where he could beat? Frat Pie popping peppers, I would assume 40R Storm is doing the same. I would assume Macon's doing the same too.
It leaves me a question as well on Epic Whale, because don't forget, Favs had the height on Authority, which means Epic Whale has to stay low. Thankfully, he has the glider gun, so he could have gone somewhere else to get those surge tags, but I still wonder.
His plan is set. Remember game 3 with optimal easy beams. He's somewhere in the middle of the map. He's probably already gotten so many beams, he's fine. Right here, though, is where someone who's in 12th place is in trouble. Frat Pie, box to box with Dex, below surge tags.
Frat Pie got second last DreamHack, and unfortunately, right now, definitely not that same game. He started to activate towards the end, but with those extra 2 games, it really meant a lot. Now, though, 15 below, and he tried to engage in a box fight that will be shut down by Dex on the other side. He has to go back to it, and he's going to have to engage in this at this point. Has to. There's no chance of doing anything else for Surge at this point.
This is so dangerous, though. He's putting himself in a line shot for a charge pump to the face. Amizo's not going to peek. He's been scared, always taken out during these surge times. A nice replace there from Frat Pie, but time is ticking. 15 seconds is all Frat Pie has. He needs to find just one tag. One tag will set him above. But Dex is just too elusive. He's made another box. Frat Pie finally tunes in. No, he gets shot down. This is so bad for Frat Pie. 21 below. Might have to climb even higher since Dex got a few more tags. And now with that zone locking in, Surge will start in about 7 seconds. That's the noise, that's the sound. Frat Pie, just find the shot. Oh, he doesn't let go of the charge in time. Anonymous is not gonna be able to take the fire.
You know what I just realized? He can literally out-heal this with the chug jug. 15 seconds is 3 ticks. Yeah, 15 seconds is 3 ticks. There's definitely enough time.
Oh, he didn't.
And I don't think that's something that you realize in the moments, because you're so used to doing what you need to do to outlive Surge. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm doing the math like an idiot. I could be. It's broadcast. Never do math on live air. Here's Epic Whale. This is the story that I had. Yeah, he's not that far ahead, which is not exactly the plan that you were referring to. But what he did do is find a side on the Authority that's still high up, but is not gonna be involved with Favs up on the top. So he knows his way around this story very, very well. I like it.
Tough story to read though, right? Like this is Who Fishy, Assault, Oliver OG. These guys don't really leave any cracks for Epic Whale to peek through and get shots off in. So I think, yeah, he's gonna have to just run and jump.
And Surge is over, so he doesn't have to worry about it. What he is worried about still is extra metal. He's maxed out on it, but any extra bit will help if you have to move in a little bit. or come back through. Back on the other side, this is Midi. He was at 5th place right now, had good games, but not quite the consistency. It's been pop-off moment after pop-off moment. And we saw last game where he had the zone. It was all over Salty Springs where he started off, but then ended up falling to the lobby focus in that 5th zone.
Midi, Favs, 40R Storm, Nanolite, Epic Whale, Macon. These guys are all kind of near the same side, or at least alive in this game right now. And eliminations will be the only thing setting them apart for the time being. You know what's huge too? Just going off of Midi's perspective, on the bottom right, you can see his mini map. The top side is kind of empty compared to the bottom, so Epic will be able to come in, and Midi's actually going straight forward. No fear, doesn't matter where he is on the leaderboard, he's still fighting fast. But in a place where he's getting shots down, actually activating despite Wavy, Jacob gets taken out. But Midi is not the one to actually get the elimination.
And he is on the outside of zone too, so if the players realize this, he could get lobby focused, but it's on the top side, so he should be able to break line of sight. Loses a little bit of the loot though, and more importantly, loses HP, loses the heals. Thankfully, maybe Jacob had some big pots for him to get back into this, so he's fine for now. But look at that zone, it crosses all the way over this ridge line, and he has to travel so far and potentially up some elevation.
Oh, the suspense, man. It's too many people side by side. No one's even taking any more shots now.
It's 2nd and 3rd. Again, Nanolite and 40R Storm, who we've seen have slight engagements over at Caddy Corner and influence each other, and the Caddy crew stays together once again. Midi will go into a box. This is Kono, but the crash pad does not work out. You know this. How the elevation changes. Oh, he gets the box. He gets the wall too. The crash pad will save him. And what? Oh! What? Turns it around. Kono thought he had that. Thought he got away. I thought the kill was going to get stolen. I thought the Elam was going to get picked out of the air from Midi. But instead, he flicks the 180 reversal.
And this is a perfect spot to do it. Look how isolated this is. No third party to interrupt Midi's plan. Yeah, Dex will be on the back wall, but we've seen him before. He's kind of fine on Surge overall. I think he's just looking for extra loot, extra mats. Midi will have a free stroll in, just has to get Dex off his back. Now with Surge up though, eyes are open. People are looking for any opportunity for a free rider like Midi in the air. Like Cool Penguin, also just jumping side to side, box to box. And he's very important. He has loot that can change the game.
He's going to edge his way in. Definitely a big spot right now where Cool Penguin cannot reveal that he has a shockwave launcher. You've seen this. You've seen the clips of how dangerous this ravine is. How it's basically two sides staring down each other. If he reveals he has a shockwave launcher up high in the position that he is at, it'll be so difficult. Ooh, a dink onto Nanolite. Thankfully, that headshot multiplier changed and reduced significantly since season 2. Nanolite still has room to work with in this, and maybe has shield to get back up in it as well. Epic Whale there, all the way down south. No, sorry, north on the map, but down the hill. Still on that authority side. Where does this 5th zone go? D-Faves is pretty much in the same position. Epic Whale up a little bit on him. Where is the 5th zone? It goes to them both, D-Faves and Epic Whale. That's 1st and 4th. Both the authority players get zone.
It matters more for Favs, who does not have that glider gun. Epic Will, though, will be able to just pick and choose exactly where he needs to go. P-God has to move all the way over. Nanolite, 40R Storm have to come all the way back and try to find a way to fit into this side of the map. Look at how much of the space is already under control, though. Look at the players who are looking over. Blur Laser, Optimal, Colosso, Daniel, these guys do not miss. Favs is sitting on top of them. It's not going to be an easy rotate at all.
No, it's not. And don't forget, 40R Storm and Nanolite were on top of each other on the complete opposite side of the map. And they were getting sprayed from the player with the shockwave launcher, who was on the front side of this all the way there. You see Cool Penguin hopping off that side. There's Nanolite too, so you got a launch pad, but I don't quite see 40R Storm coming through on that side.
40R could choose to just move late with the peppers, who knows? But right now, Favs has his eyes on Bucky, Jack, Oliver, OG, a lot of players he could shoot over. Once again, a multi-layered village, but there is no dancing. It's just people looking at each other, threats in their eyes. The top 10 is here. The top 20 is here too. Each elimination will just change the leaderboard and set the stakes for the next game, the final one for the grand finals here at NA West, the DreamHack Open. Cool Penguin controls the skies, and he's got his eyes on the prize.
And this zone pulls all the way down the mountain, so this mountain village will have to make a pilgrimage down towards the authority. And you remember D-Phase was down here. You can see in the bottom right of the screen, already players crash padding off the side. You got to be careful with all these players on the mountain. They could turn on you so quickly. This community right now, Epic Well low HP. Look at that in the middle of the tarp. He's using chug splashes to get back into this, I hope. He obviously has the glider gun, but if he doesn't have anything that can land him fast, this could be very problematic. D-Faves picks one up on the Quinn, looking straight back in the zone, and he's now got one. Maybe he could get rolling. Epic Will as backup, at least a shield, and he's got himself a spot. And also still the rotation.
Favs has basically opened the slot for top 10. Anyone can just climb over Quinn and just get in there. We know Avery's taken out, but here's Nanolite. Here's the top 5, the main attraction of this show. Where are they going to be going? How are they looking? Epic Will's already used that glider gun once. Will he just shoot it again to get ahead? Yes. He's all the way there. No, he's near the back, actually, fighting Penguin, but moves fast to get away. Penguin doesn't have those many shockwave launchers left. Nano is box to box looking to just get back in the game. 7 builds. He's very much in trouble. Has to go and recycle crash pads. It's so close. Last cone.
But also 20 below, so he has to get in at some point. Has to. Otherwise, he's done for. With 7 people, when this surge is gonna go active. There it is, it's starting to tick. Nanolite is on a timer right here to stay in the lead. He's trying to hold on. There's a tag. Is it enough? No, just barely not. One more tick will do him. And he has to find something. There's who fish. He's gonna open up. No, Nanolite is down. Picken will get the credit for that. Epic Whale is still up, and this is his time to run away with the tournament.
He's out of steam, though. It's a marathon that might just be too long for him. Epic Whale, 2 builds, no more utility left, but just the glider gun. He's getting shot out. This is first place. It could be up for anyone. He has nothing to protect himself when he lands. The last few seconds of Epic Whale's competition could be in front of us. 2 shots, 3. He's out. First place is down.
So who's left? 40R Storm, yes! Just in time, finds an elim. And that means 3rd place, but he's got a ways to go. He needs to catch up with 30 points. That means towards the end of this game, and he will do it. And here he is, Pepper popped. Top 25 situation is going up and over this agency, and he recognized it. D-Faves is still up too, so we have 3rd place and 4th place in a battle for first, for taking over the throne from Nanolite and Epic Whale in the last game.
Epic Will might have had the authority now, but the power is up for grabs for anyone. Making his box-to-box with Favs. He has to drop down. Favs is too much to actually handle. Cool Penguin, though, all the way from Caddy Corner, has now come to the center of the map with Shockwaves. He's looking to just affect this game in any way possible. Burritos finally survives and tries to see if he can just edge him off the top. Legend Dian is getting big shots down. On the right side of your screen is Favs up top on the top right. Cool Penguin on the bottom right, too. These guys are such in different positions, but both so close to the top spots. Favs can just barely take it over.
Still though, Cool Penguin hanging on. 40R Storm is way in zone right now. And Fav's still down on low ground. He's gonna be fighting, and we know he can fight from that position. 40R Storm gonna challenge against his caddy teammate. Not teammate, but Cool Penguin lands on top of him, and he's gonna start fighting right now. All the way up though, here it is. Can he get the shot? He blocks! But D-Faves down on low, he's got 5 elims, top 6. 40R Storm is in the mid-ground now. D-Faves go down. So here it is. 40R Storm will probably take the lead right here if he can hang on, but he's gone. All of a sudden, Cool Penguin is back on height.
And it's the last moments of the zone. No, it's not too crazy, but it is a 1v1 between Penguin and Who Fishy. All the way back at the Authority, and Penguin drops down, gets blocked. Fishy with the big shot off. This could possibly be for a top 3 slot. Who Fishy once again blocking another shockwave launcher. Penguin all the way from uptown, straight to downtown. Another block. Fishy, how are you stuffing every single shot? And it is that, oh my God, Penguin, holy moly. 180, followed by the AR for a clutch finish.
That charged shotgun hits hard. It hits so hard. And you know what else hits hard? That game, because everything changes after that. We don't even know who's in the top 2 anymore. So we're gonna have to find out after a break.
Hey guys, Shio Wager here. Welcome to Clip Mania, where I'm basically going to be reacting to some videos, a bunch of clips actually, and seeing exactly what I can get from them and what I remember from watching each and every one. Stay tuned, watch along with me. Already affected a few games. I remember this. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Aspect? What was that? I was not expecting anything to just be fired off from Aspect.
The question is, who did Aspect eliminate? If you were paying attention to what Balla was saying, it's Bully. And if I'm wrong, then that means Balla is wrong too, and Balla's never wrong. But my answer is Bully. Final answer. Non-triple digits, but just wait till we get to that half and half circle. Wait till people get situated. I believe this is still a high MMR lobby. Mongrel with 129 points, still at the Authority.
This caster sounds really good.
Here than there were off spawn.
Yeah, that vault is still closed, so that's what Mongrel's waiting for. Just like I said before.
The question is, how many bullets did Mongrel have in his tactical shotgun? Now, this question is unfair because I was looking at the Zexro replay. I was distracted by my own voice. Let's do some quick math though. Authority, this is gonna be a guess. Mongrel mid-game, 129 points. So someone's looting around a lot. I'm gonna say 34 bullets in his tactical shotgun. 35, wow. Okay, well, my brain's big and Mongrel does not shoot enough. His fault. Next question.
Just closing the distance every single time. In with the crash pad now, though. Let's see what he can find here. Will he ever reload? I don't think so. He's just going. Yeah, no.
I'm sorry, but that fight was just comical. Crash pad, he's bouncing on the same pads. Compact SMG spraying from range. The guy continues to do the same thing over and over.
Okay, the question is how many crash pads were on the floor at the end. Visibly, I think it was 3 in total. There might have been a 4th in the distance, but I'm just gonna stick to my gut and say there were 3 crash pads in total on the floor.
But also a storm fight that I think Benji was not expecting Zuki to continue playing on, and something that catches people by surprise is a snipe shot just like that, but also a side ramp jump up.
So short, not fair. Zuki eliminated D-Gen. Easy clap. I was paying attention. Well, that was one guessing game, mix and match, but it's all good. More games coming right up. You won't have to compare what's going to be on screen there. Stay tuned.
For the final time of this weekend, it's the DreamHack Open featuring Fortnite, everyone. Over the last 2 days, it has been an incredible North American West competition where we've seen tens of thousands of players go down to the top 1,500 in the semifinals, but now it's about the top 100, competing over 6 incredibly stacked lobbies in the hopes of claiming the first place spot and their chunk of the $250,000 prize pool. I'm your host, Kelly Lincoln. Joining me here, we have Balla TW and Shio Wager. Gentlemen, this has been, I thought last competition for North American West was super contentious, but this right here, any of the top 5 players could easily take first place.
You know what the cool thing about these competitions for West is that no matter what side of the spectrum the games are on, no matter whether we know Arkham is winning after pretty much like 4 games or something like that, it was pretty much all said. It was still so much fun to watch. And now it's close. It is so close between so many people, which means it's going to be up in the air until the final moments.
Yeah, let's actually take a quick look at some of those general highlights that we got to see in game number 5 there, everyone, because there definitely was a few top plays there.
Yeah, right now, I think the biggest thing that kind of unlocked a lot of people's minds of hope, I have a chance, is Avery going out. Past that, the same fight we saw every time Bala pointed it out at Yacht. Newell versus EXC, when EXC's waste for the first time. And Baka actually getting his own shot off onto Temple. Usually that works the other way around.
Yeah, but then things started to get interesting in towards this end game. I don't know if we quite saw that from Bucky, but the crash pad in diagonally. And then Hoofishy sneaking through the door. Okay, that wasn't open for you. I was trying to step out. And that was the shot from Midi. Oh my goodness. I don't know how he hit that. I thought that Elam was going to go away. Final moments in the game. It's Cool Penguin to get his second win of the day with the Shockwave launcher, and he makes it count because now he's back up to 4th place and very, very close to actually being able to overtake in this final game.
Well, Bala, we did just take a look at, of course, Cool Penguin there, who did take game number 5 and actually is one of the only players to take 2 victory royales right now in the grand finals. So let's actually look further into him and how he did in game number 5.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because 2 wins is very, very difficult actually to catch from anybody. I don't even really think we've seen that in grand finals at all.
Yeah, I think this is Favs, though, who was another player who might have not have won the last game, but really just went on a tear. Eliminations, placement, everything. Looking like how Epic Will would usually play, but actually placing way further than him, I think almost every single game. So I think he is going to be really scary to see in game number 6.
I mean, he's so scary, he's breaking the client. Who wouldn't be petrified of that?
Yeah, and here's Cool Penguin, the win. Again, so difficult. In solos especially, you rarely see multiple wins by the same player, except in very, very rare circumstances. Cool Penguin, though, with the tools that he gets from Caddy Corner, will make it count. And 2 games in a row now we've seen. I thought that was going to secure it, but Hoofishy's able to block, but not in the final moments. The edit down from Hoofishy was good, but that charge just hits too hard.
And we did take a look at Daddy D-Fave's plays right there as well. Bashayo, is there anything else that you want to add on top of that?
Listen, right now my mind is a 4-player vehicle, all right? It's just a nice little sedan in my head, and I'm trying to keep track of 4 people. Already, there's 10 after that last game that we have to follow, right? West is stacked, and now Cool Penguin is here too. So my passenger seat has 3 kids in it. The driver's seat is Epic Whale just trying to hold down up top. And now there's people winning. I'm out of gas. Like this is just getting way too insane. I'm gonna crash, man.
Wait, so you don't even drive in your own proverbial van? Like it's not going to be you in the driver's seat?
Epic Whale is my father. Epic Whale is my father.
Absolutely not. Epic Whale's in the passenger seat. He's reaching over and driving the car. That's what's going on, and that's what's happening in the standings too. But he's fallen a little bit, Kelly.
Yeah, let's actually take a look at those standings to see where Epic Whale does fall. We've been following him pretty closely in the grand finals and even before the grand finals, honestly, because he is one of, if not the most consistent player that we've seen in North American West. But Daddy D-Favs being in top at 259 points. Now that stretch between first and second place, a little bit longer. 9 points is separating them. 40 our store is going to be in second place. Father Epic Whale, I was about to call him Daddy, but there's apparently a clan of fathers, so Epic Whale is in third. Cool Penguin with 2 victory royales in fourth. Shush, Bala, shush. And then we have Nano Light in 5th place there. But of course, the top 20 and the top 100 that we've seen so far is incredibly stacked. And I do like to say it's anyone's game, but I think it's definitely going to be coming down to the top 5 here of who is going to be taking first place.
I mean, I think all the top 10 have a big chance, and even past that, even possibly at least a chance to overtake third or second. For me, I feel like in the top 3, specifically, like Faz and 40R Storm are setting themselves up for a trap. I feel like Epic just wanted to take a break away from the spotlight, and over here, whatever happens at Authority between first and third, still the same slots overall, is going to determine the whole game.
Yeah, and even in that break, like you said, that Epic Whale took, he still placed in 29th place, and I don't think anyone else in the top 5 can really take that claim of not falling behind even in top 30th. So Epic Whale, the only player to not have a victory royale in the top 5, still holding it pretty strong. But you said that it's possible that the top 10 could possibly make a comeback. And I do want to talk a little bit about the points. Macon is at 206. Daddy D Faves is at 259. What is he going to have to do to be able to take 50 points? And that's over DFAVs. So that could be 60, 70 points to get first place, Shio.
My only idea would be like land on him, but I don't think that's the best strat at all. I don't think anyone should do that. Stick to your game plan. I mean, I'm out of thoughts. Balla, what do you think?
He's got to get 53 points. That's what he needs to do. And D-Faves needs to go down. Simple.
True.
Little John Madden for you guys, but simple. It's late in the night. And obviously these guys' plans are starting to go out the window to try to get this win.
The only thing I think is if Favs somehow gets into a little early game fight with Epic Whale and gets taken out, I think that's the only thing that gives what's it called? The other person talking about making a chance. There we go. Yes.
Yeah, we need to watch that because that is so important. I mean, last time it didn't really happen. Any game, it's not really been happening. But because these guys are literally first and third, and even Caddy has the same issue, but that specific fight at the Authority, I think, is the one that everybody's watching.
Yeah, are we going to be seeing Epic Whale and DFAVs duke it out in game number 6? We're going to find out, everyone, real quick, because we are going to be jumping into game after this break. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.